Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, here to talk about a meditation that will boost your testosterone levels, okay? I'm talking about momentum here. Now, momentum is about creating a snowball effect, a winning streak. If you've heard of Charlie Rocket, you know winning streak, or I have it written on my door. Every single day before I get out of this door and start my day, I know I have that hitting my subconscious mind like winning streak. I know the first activity that I do in my morning is going to generate a ripple effect, a momentum that's going to start my day off in a positive and strong, powerful manner. If you've ever read the book, The Winner's Effect, you understand the effect of winning on the brain, the neuroscience behind it. When you access the flow state, you create this neurochemical cocktail that is going to get you super invested and honed in on the present moment, which means those distracting thoughts aren't there anymore. So if you just bypass those initial distracting thoughts right before you begin working out, right before you're about to start your day off, when you feel stressed out, you're working on your computer, you're just sitting down all the time, when you bypass that and you say, no, whatever, I'm just going to do this activity. I'm just going to go into motion. That actually creates the start of that winner's effect, okay? There have been studies that have shown that people who make more money create more testosterone in the blood. And in response, testosterone also creates dopamine, okay? Dopamine is found in a lot of drugs, but dopamine also is the reward chemical. We feel good. We think that we've accomplished something. Right? We're like, oh man, I feel great. I've achieved something in my life. And your brain is giving you that dopamine feedback. It's getting you pumped up, amped up. Okay, this is why people who are addicted to certain things, like pornography, like drugs, like all these things, right? You get stuck in that loop. First of all, going on a bit of a dopamine detox can help you to rewire the mind. And there's going to be a little bit of a downtime, right? This is what a lot of people do. They start off, they're like, all right, I'm going on the dopamine detox. I'm going away from all these substances. I'm starting fresh. Then you're going to get withdrawal, right? And in that period, you're going to feel lower than you have felt because you've been band-aiding the dopamine using all these different things. So now you have this kind of neurological drop in a sense, right? Your flow state will be down. You'll feel stuck. You'll feel stagnant. Bypass that. Push through that pain period because that's when the winner's effect is taking place. It's actually imagining you're uninstalling a virus program, right? Almost, in a sense. And you're restarting the whole computer. So flow state actually resets the brain. It gets rid of that stress. You see, if you were to make and bake, okay, a pie and a cake. Let's say cake is testosterone and pie is cortisol, right? It's like we have the same ingredients that can either make a pie or a cake. But if we use all those ingredients stressed out, trying to make the pie, we can't make the cake, which is the testosterone, right? And so if you're sitting there and you're perceiving and you're living a lifestyle through a certain pattern, you're going to breathe differently, okay? Very shallow, very quick breath, rather than a very grounded and strong, powerful breath. Diaphragmatic breathing from the stomach, from the belly. People who create more testosterone breathe from their nose, their nostrils, because that creates a parasympathetic response, which is the rest and digest response. If you heard of fight or flight, rest and digest, right? Through the nose, parasympathetic. You'll notice through the mouth, right? You're using more of your shoulders. It's much more like constricted type of breath, right? And that's why we say mouth breathing is not a great thing. And tongue placement is also an important thing. When you breathe from your mouth, you're actually creating more cortisol. You're getting more stressed out. You're creating that fight or flight response. And you might be feeling danger when you're not even in danger. This is where anxiety kicks in. A feeling of anxiety like, oh man, something bad's going to happen. A lot of it is through the way that you maintain your breath. Being conscious of your breath. As you create more dopamine, you'll get more memory. Well, if you've ever watched the movie Limitless, you understand Eddie Mora, Bradley Cooper, who's playing the character Eddie Mora. He taps into his memories, his prior experiences, in order to use them. Remember when he's talking to that girl? And he sees that book and he gets that memory that he had lying around in his college dorm or whatever. Like that is the power of memory. And that's why you can have faster decision making. You can be more quick-witted when you have that accelerated dopamine from the testosterone. All right, so what actually decreases testosterone? Sitting too much is one of them. Picking the wrong sexual partners, okay, another one. Wearing clothes that are constricting. Watching silly things like reality television, right? Just distracting your mind, making you feel worse off. All those guys are super jacked on those reality TV shows, and you're not, maybe. Maybe you are, but maybe you're not. So you're watching all of that, and it's reflecting back to you like, man, I wish I had that life. That's not winner's effect. Okay, that's not winner's effect. Okay, if you're watching these really hulky men, right, doing things and crushing it, okay, maybe it can work if you imagine yourself in that scenario through visualization, like I'm in a reality show, okay, then it can work. But if you're watching it simply observing people and you're like, I'm sitting here and I'm watching them there, right, that's like simp territory. We're going in there, okay? We want to stay away from that. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? So basically using a Kaizen approach of doing incremental action each day towards the bigger purpose, towards your soul mission, is going to be impactful. When you have more testosterone, you take bigger risks and you see more opportunities. So when an animal wins, it gets the biological chemicals releasing in the brain that creates a pattern that they'll be more likely to win in the future. That's the winner's effect, right? If you've read the book. So this is a technique that I discovered and I've actually kind of administered myself, and I've seen it done very powerfully. I've taken the concept from Amy Cuddy's power posing, and I've combined it with a breath where you're breathing from your nose, okay? So this is called the heart expander. This is not my technique. I've learned it from a few mentors, okay? And it's very, very powerful, very crucial to be able to raise your testosterone, increasing your confidence, and lowering your cortisol, releasing the stress. Okay? So you got to find the right ingredients. That cholesterol has got to be converted into testosterone and not the stress hormones, right? So power posing, okay? So the heart expander, how do you do it? So inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. But then you're doing this power pose as you exhale out, okay? If you're in India, think of it like the Shah Rukh Khan pose, all right? Or it's simply the pose like, the victory pose in a sense. We unconsciously have these imprints in our body through memory, through history. If you're watching a lot of sports, how do they celebrate? I know nowadays they don't even let people celebrate in sports nowadays, but besides that point, how do they celebrate, right? Open body language. They're like, yeah, I did it. All right, yeah, man, I did it. I'm confident. I got this, right? That effect, you're creating that. Your body knows that, and it's feeling that. I already feel confident doing that, and creating that in the mind. So you have the mind and the body working in synergy, in sync together. Okay, this is ultra powerful. Tapping into your ultra instinct. Like Dragon Ball, okay? All right, so breathe in, exhale. Almost imagine you're hugging yourself too. That'll give you that oxytocin jump, okay? It's like that. This is the love and the trust hormone, okay? Self-touch. Don't get any ideas, okay? This is going to be the oxytocin being released, okay? So, which arm do you want to put on top? I like to alternate them. You can do whatever you want. And don't really focus on keeping your arms very constricted or tense, right? Because that's besides the point. You want to keep them sort of loose, okay? So that's the heart expander, okay? Now do this for 10 to 30 repetitions a day, okay? This is really going to amp up and boost your testosterone. Also, make sure you're getting enough sunlight, okay? Make sure you're getting enough sunlight. So that's that serotonin, baby. That's that serotonin. Let's rise the serotonin levels on this planet, okay? Why? If we raise the serotonin levels, we're actually impacting other serotonin levels. Have you ever had it? You have an awesome conversation with like your friend, and you're like, man, I feel so good talking to you, right? Their serotonin is like emanating off of them. You know what I mean? Like if you heal yourself, if you feel happy, if you feel joyous, others feel happy in your presence. We want to be around people who are incredibly happy and not complaining all the time, right? If you want to think the opposite of the winning streak or the winner's effect, it's like the loser's effect, right? So the opposite is the case too. So if you're losing in life, you're going to keep losing, right? That's the negative feedback loop. So you got to break that pattern, right? If you find yourself going into a downward spiral, you got to break that pattern, okay? Let this video be a reminder to you to do that, okay? Have an amazing day. Share this with a friend. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. I'll see you guys next time.